This is a video about a metal bandsaw upgrade using one of these little flashlights that we picked up at Walmart. It's kind of a neat flashlight. It's got a special lens that focuses the beam. It's got a very distinct, it's not just a flooding light, it's a focused light. So what Nathan did here at OSWeld Services in Bowling Green, Missouri, was he took one of these, cut it down, and instead of using batteries, he hardwired it to a transformer, a 3-volt transformer, DC, and took some neodymium magnets and epoxied them to the casing of the flashlight so he could stick it on this main beam of his bandsaw. And then he wired up a switch. So what this does is cast a shadow of the blade onto the stock that you're cutting. So you can put a mark on your stock and the shadow of that blade is just like a pencil line, and you can line it up with the mark that you made. And if you got a really big piece of heavy stock laying on here, it is so hard to adjust, move back and forth, then lower the saw blade to see if it's lined up. If it's not, you got to raise it back up and wrestle this thing. So this really is a slick way to trim a lot of time off of a setup project, and by it being on neodymium magnets, he can move it anywhere he wants. It slides back and forth, or it twists. You can dial it in perfectly, and then get it lined up with your measurement, clamp it down and cut it, and you are good to go. So every bandsaw is different. There is I'm going to pause this for a second. This is an alternative method that he used at first. It's just a wooden channel. A wooden channel with a T-nut pressed in it and a bolt. You can use a thumb screw or something like that. And this is a piece of PEX tubing, so you could just go ahead and use the flashlight as is, drop it in there and clamp it to this beam. So all manufacturers are probably a little different, but if you're creative, you can use something similar to this to set up your metal bandsaw with a light to cast a shadow of that blade, and it will knock so much time off of a big production job. So I hope you found this useful.